can carnivore lower testosterone levels? And it appears that possibly, yes, it can. And there is an absolute multitude of studies and sources which all agree with each other that this possibility is based upon fact. Now, it all started, a friend of mine had his blood work done, and his physician suggested to him that his abnormally high iron levels might be contributing towards his symptoms of low testosterone. Of course, this requires further investigation, and he has a follow-up appointment. But this is an often neglected consideration in the carnivore sphere, and this is why it's always essential to carry out your own research before trying anything out on yourself, and to get all the information, both the positives and the negative sides, so that you can make a uniform decision based upon facts from both sides. Now, consider this fact, and this is a well-established fact that nobody can deny, not even the hardest core carnivore. The bioavailability of iron from meat is high, and especially in red meats and processed meats. Also, white meats contain plenty of iron, but not as much. It's not in as high a quantity. And of course, this type of iron, which is available in meats, is more readily absorbed by the human body. Now, regular intake of extremely large amounts of meats, which means you're eating nothing but meat or meat products, may burden the body with an iron overload. And too much iron could cause a condition called hemochromatosis. Hemochromatosis can lead to testicular failure and even testicle cancer. It can lead to pituitary gland dysfunction and decreased secretion of luteinizing hormone, and it can even lead to hypergonadism. And hypergonadism, as we all know, can lead to decreased libido, testicular atrophy, and even gyno, which is where men grow boobies like a woman. Now, iron overload causes endocrine dysfunction and disrupts the endocrine system, and there are multiple studies which confirm this. Now, what also can happen with an iron overload can also result in increased levels of sex hormone binding globulin, which is a protein which is bound and not bioavailable for use by the body. And the more of your testosterone that's bound as sex hormone binding globulin will result in decreased levels of free testosterone. Free testosterone is the bioavailable testosterone that affects you in the here and now. So if you have low levels of free testosterone and high levels of sex hormone binding globulin, you can very well experience symptoms associated with low testosterone, even if your testosterone levels, your total testosterone levels are high. And these are all established facts and things that a carnivore needs to consider because your iron intake is going to be high. So what can you do to manage or lower your iron levels? One is to bleed. Now, I'm not advising that you do anything silly here, but going down to a clinic and donating blood once in a while will help with iron depletion. Now, iron depletion has been proven to reverse the effects of hemochromatosis, should you be ever experiencing this. Hemochromatosis will manifest itself as feeling tired, lack of motivation, loss of libido, erectile dysfunction, to name a few. So it's kind of similar sort of experience and symptoms to having low testosterone. It can also affect cognitive function and lead to brain fog. And I've put, I think, 7 or 8 different studies just a random selection of studies, and there are many, many, many studies that say the same thing and confirm the same facts. And this is a selection that I've put together. They're in the description of the video down below. If you want to optimize your testosterone levels and keep them elevated as you get older in life, then iron overload sounds like something that you're going to want to avoid. Subscribe to this channel and follow this series for more.